Harold Whitman was a retired park ranger who lived most of his life near the forests of northern Minnesota. Even at 70, he still hiked the woods behind his cabin every evening. But one night in mid-October, Harold broke his own rule: never go into the woods after dark. It was past 10 p.m. when he realized his dog, Jasper, hadn't come home. Jasper never wandered off, ever. Worried, Harold grabbed a flashlight and stepped into the woods, calling his name. The forest was warm that night. The air was dead still. No insects stopped, no wind. Not even the distant sound of the river. Just the crunch of leaves under Harold's boots. After 20 minutes, he heard something. A faint metallic chime. Not like a bell. More like wind chimes made of bone. He followed the sound. Jasper's leash lay on the ground. Torn out next to it were deep scratch marks on a tree. Like something had been dragged, Harold whispered, "Jasper." His voice didn't echo. It was swallowed by the dark. That's when he heard footsteps. Slow. Heavy, not animal. Footsteps, human. He shined his flashlight in the direction of the steps, and the beam landed on a man kneeling in the dirt. The man wasn't facing him. He was completely naked, skin gray and cracked like old wood. Round his neck hung a necklace made of teeth, hundreds of them. Harold froze. The man turned his head unnaturally far, almost 180 degrees. To look at him, the chimes rattled again. But they weren't wind chimes, they were the teeth, clacking as the man crawled toward him on all fours, bones snapping like branches as he moved. Harold ran. His old legs almost gave out, but adrenaline pushed him forward. Behind him, he could hear the thing chasing, fast, too fast for a human. He reached his cabin, slammed the door, and locked it. But the thing didn't try to come in. It just stood outside, tapping its teeth against the window. Click, click, click. At sunrise, it was gone. Jasper was never found. Harold moved out a week later, leaving the woods he'd lived beside his entire life. He told the police and Forest Service what he saw. None believed him, but his final warning always stayed the same. If you ever hear chimes in the woods after dark, turn back. It's already watching. Daniel Reeves was a 30-year-old IT worker who camped alone every month as a way to escape stress. He wasn't scared of the woods. He grew up around them, but in the summer of 2023, something changed that. He had taken a solo trip to Black Bear National Forest. It was supposed to be a quiet weekend. Just him, a tent, and a small fire, but round midnight, in a place where he knew no other campers were supposed to be. Daniel saw another campfire in the distance. Bright, tall to tall. Curious, Daniel decided to walk closer. The closer he got, the more he noticed something strange. There was no talking, no moving shadows, no smell of smoke. Just a fire burning perfectly still, like it wasn't affected by the wind. Then he realized the flames weren't moving, not flickering, just frozen. He stepped closer. The fire looked real, bright orange and blue, but it didn't give off any heat. That's when he heard something behind him. A twig snapped. He spun round. A man stood just a few feet away, tall, thin, wearing ripped hiking clothes. His skin was pale like he hadn't seen the sun in years. His mouth hung open, but no sound came out. Daniel startled and stepped back. The fire behind him suddenly vanished, like it had never existed. The man slowly lifted an arm and pointed deeper into the woods. Daniel whispered, "Do you need help?" The man opened his mouth wider, until his jaw cracked loudly. Then a voice came out, but it wasn't his. It was the voice of a woman screaming, "Get out of the woods." The man's body snapped backward unnaturally as if yanked by something, and he was dragged into the darkness so fast Daniel didn't even see what took him. Daniel sprinted back to his camp, threw everything into his backpack, and ran until he reached the forest road. Park rangers later told him no one else was registered too. Camped that night. No other fires were reported, and the trail cameras had captured nothing. But Daniel still hears that voice sometimes in his dreams, the woman screaming through the mouth of a man who wasn't alive, "Get out, while you still can." Emily Carter was only 13 when she got lost in the woods behind her family's cabin in North Carolina. She'd gone outside to look for her cat. The sun went down faster than she expected, and soon the forest was completely dark. Her phone had only 9% battery. No signal. She walked for what felt like hours, crying, calling out for her parents. Then she saw it, a small glowing light between the trees, like a lantern. She thought it was her dad. Searching for her. "Dad, I'm here," she yelled, running toward it. But as she got closer, the light drifted away, moving deeper into the forest. Never faster than her, always just far enough that she had to keep going. She followed it, eventually. She reached a clearing she didn't recognize. The light hovered above the ground, then slowly lowered, revealing a figure holding it. Emily froze. It wasn't her dad. It was a woman, tall, gaunt, hair covering her face. Her clothes looked burned, and her skin was covered in ash. The lantern wasn't fire. Inside the glass was something moving, like tiny, glowing insects swirling in a frantic circle. The woman lifted her face. Her eyes were gone, just empty black sockets. She spoke in a whisper that didn't sound human. "You shouldn't be here alone." Emily backed away, trembling. The woman stepped closer, and the lantern's glowed, like it was being smothered by something inside. Then Emily heard branches snapping all round her. More figures emerging from the trees. Dozens, all burned, all eyeless, all holding flickering lanterns. Emily screamed and ran. She didn't remember how she got out, only that she woke up at sunrise in a ditch near the forest road. Her parents found her sobbing, shivering, and covered in dirt. Search teams went in later. They found no lanterns. No burned figures. No signs of anything. But Emily refuses to go near the woods again. She still dreams of the woman whispering to her, "Follow the lights. Come back to us."